Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. This is about Python dictionaries. Now, there are plenty of tutorials about Python dictionaries and most of them will cover using key to get a value, which is fairly straightforward and you'll see that everywhere. But what you may not find is how to compound that. So how to get a dictionary inside a list, inside a dictionary, or similar things like that, where you've got a dictionary inside a dictionary and so on. So what I thought I'd do is just show that and show the get method. So the get method actually helps you avoid getting an error when the key or the value doesn't exist. So it's always worth using that, and it will make your code more robust, which is always a good thing. I think you'll agree. So what I've got here is a real world example of a dictionary. It's actually some JSON from a website. And yeah, rather than just having, you know, Alice, Bob, and so on, just this key and the number 42. What I thought I'd show was quite a, well, visually it looks quite messy, but it's fairly typical of what you'll get if you're extracting JSON from an API. Now, what we've got here is obviously a dictionary to start with, because we've got the curly brackets. Curly bracket at the start, curly bracket at the end. So if we did, well, what we could do is print type. Dict is actually what I've called it, so don't be misled by that. That doesn't mean it's a dictionary necessarily. And then if we do yeah, so it's definitely a dictionary. So what we need to do is, well, if we stick with the kind of the traditional format that many people are more familiar with, so you will then use the square brackets to identify the first key. And then what I want here actually is I want to get a key from the first list of the main dictionary. Now, as you can see just down here, let's just move that, or let's just use this example first. So if I create a variable called name, just need to tidy that up. So what I've done here is I've said hits. So what I've done is I've looked all the way through here for hits, because hits is the actual key that I want to access to get name. So the first key is hits, so we put that in here. And because it's a list, I have to tell it, or I have to specify which list. So this is, all of this is the value down to, where is it? Down to here. So everything I've highlighted is list index 0 of the value that belongs to the hits key. That makes sense. So we've got a list inside the dictionary. Then what we want, once we've, basically these are filters. So once we've filtered down to the hits key, and we've said get the first list item, and then we want to pick out name, and then we want to get that value. So this will work at the moment. So if I run that, and it didn't work, and why is that? Yeah, as ever, I've done this in Jupyter Notebook because it's quite clean and minimalist and easy to read, but yeah, if you don't run all the cells, then you get an error. Anyway, right, so this works, but if name, for instance, say we didn't, say we got a key wrong, and then we run that, so that doesn't exist, and then we do run all cells, and we get an error because the name doesn't exist. What we need to do instead actually is comment that out, and I'll show you this. So we're using dict.get, and the beauty of this is you can actually specify, not so much an error message, but you can specify a default value So if I run this, it still won't be good, but it'll be better. So we don't get an error. So if I just print name, and then if we run all, so all it says is no such value, no such key value, and that's my message. It's not an error message from Python, and it's all because I renamed that key. So if I rename the key to its correct name, run it again, run all, there we go. We've picked out this value from this list, from this dictionary. So we've got name from that list, from that dictionary. And that's why we need to use .get twice, because we're dealing with two dictionaries and we're using a list. So to summarize, if you've got a dictionary inside another dictionary, use .get twice. So .get gets the inner one here. And then, so you're chaining the commands together. And if you're familiar with pandas or NumPy array, then using the dot and chaining commands together, you'll be familiar with. So yeah, don't think that everything done in Jupyter Notebook is pandas, because it's not. This is just an example of using good old Python with the .get method to get a dictionary and list and dictionary value without getting an error. So you can change this. You could just you could also put none. So if you put none and then you were using pandas, you could just do fill NA or something like that at the end, just to tidy up your data. So yeah, dict.get, the dict.get method. So to summarize, if we just use dict.get hits, we would get the value of the hits key, which would get us all of this. So if I run this on that, let's run it. So gradually build it up, because as you build it up, so if I put in 0 here, run it again, as you can see, it's now established that it is the first item in the list, and then put .get on here again to extract the inner key. So you've got a key inside a key effectively. So I'll do name, but you don't have to, well, you could pick out whatever value you want. So so run all, and that's what we got. If I wanted to get something else, then just backtrack a bit, and for instance, if I wanted to get delivery, I'd just do .get delivery. So what we're really doing is we're using it's because I didn't do run all. And there we have .get delivery, and if we run again, run all, there you see arrives Saturday 12th of June. Got those EM tags there. We could pass those out if we wanted, but for the purpose of this video, we're talking about dictionaries and dict.get and how to extract lists and dictionaries from inside an outer dictionary. So I hope this has been interesting, and if it has, then don't forget to thumbs up, leave a comment, like, subscribe, because of the algorithms and all that, because otherwise yeah, somebody with like a really amazing loads of explosions and glossy graphics like I used to do will get top of the rankings, and you'll miss something really useful like this because it won't get suggested when you go on your phone or on your telly or on your computer, and this will be about 300th in this on your search. So yeah, thumbs up, loads of comments, thank you very much, and have a nice day.